I had just noticed William's name is there a profile? Name remains for, I'm guessing this. We need to just update it. Mark things. Yeah. Okay. Call the roll, please. Mayor Mitchell? Here. Vice Mayor Bravo? Here. Councilman, Councilman Santeen?
Here.
Councilman Bennett?
Here.
Councilman Vasquez?
Here.
There is a quorum present.
Thank you. All rise, please, if you are able, and for the invocation by Vice Mayor Bravo.
Here. Father, we meet to serve our community, to use our resources wisely and well, to represent all members of our community fairly, to make decisions that promote the common good. We recognize our responsibility to the past and the future, and the rights and needs of both individuals and community. As trusted servants, we seek blessings on your deliberations and on our efforts here today. May we act wisely and well. I would also like to take a moment of silence for the passing of our former city manager's father, William Alonso. His dad just passed away this past Saturday, and I'd also like to take a moment of silence for Israel and all the victims that are going through this war at this time. Thank you.
Please join us in the pledge of allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America.
Welcome, everyone, to our city council meeting for October 23rd. It's so nice to see so many faces in the audience. And those of you that are joining us virtually, welcome also. We'll get started with awards and presentations, and we have 3 on the agenda, but I believe 4A, the gentleman's not here yet, correct? Erica? Correct. Okay, so we'll defer that till later. We have a proclamation presented to the PFC Bruce W. Carter Young Marines Corps League. Did I get that right? Okay.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
Bruce W. Carter, Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor. Thank you. Thank you, Councilman. And actually, since this is regarding Red Ribbon Week, and we'll let you come up and speak. But before we do that, I'd like to read the proclamation. And actually, Councilman Vasquez, since you are a veteran, I would like you to do the honor of reading the proclamation.
Thank you, Mayor. Proclamation by the mayor in the city of Miami Springs. Whereas communities across America have been plagued by the numerous problems associated with illicit drug use and those that traffic in them. And whereas there is hope in winning the war on drugs, and that hope lies in education and drug demand reduction, coupled with hard work and determination of organizations such as the Young Marines, the Marine Corps League, to foster a healthy drug-free lifestyle. And whereas governments and community leaders know that citizen support is one of the most effective tools in the effort to reduce the use of illicit drugs in our communities. And whereas the red ribbon has been chosen as a symbol commemorating the work of Enrique Kiki Camarena, a drug enforcement administration agent who was murdered in the line of duty, and represents the belief that one person can make a difference. And whereas the Red Ribbon Campaign was established by Congress in 1988 to encourage a drug-free lifestyle and involvement in drug prevention and reduction efforts, and whereas October 23rd to the 31st has been designated National Red Ribbon Week, which encourages Americans to wear a red ribbon to show their support for a drug-free environment. And now, Therefore, says Maria Mitchell, so I have to say aye. Mayor of the city of Miami Springs, Florida, do hereby proclaim October 23rd to the 31st, 2023 as Red Ribbon Week in the city of Miami Springs and urge all citizens to join us in this special observance. In witness thereof, I have hitherto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Miami Springs to be fixed this 23rd day of October 2023. Maria Mitchell, Mayor of the city of Miami Springs.
And the council of Miami Springs. So, young men, and, we're very honored. This is something that the young Marines of, see if I get that right, Young Marines of the Marine Corps League requested that we make this proclamation for, because that is your project this year, my understanding, drug-free America.
No, ma'am. So we,
Come on up and speak.
good evening, everybody. Thank you for having us here. We actually.
Can you say your name, please? Go
Oh,
ahead.
my name is Romina Tepicho. I'm a former Marine. I'm an adult volunteer with the Young Marine Program. It's a national program, in whole United States. There's many units that we put the effort on our, well, actually, you know what? It's better that you put from them. This is the program, a long year, like we do it every year, not this year, we do it every year. And the Young Marines is.
Okay, come on up.
Do you wanna take it away?
Well, we'll take a photo with them, but, are they gonna speak? So go ahead and do the podium, so it's recorded. They can take turns at the podium,
Oh,
okay?
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm really loud when I talk.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Private Sue from the Young Marines. Thank you for having us.
Hello, I'm Lance Corporal Fino, and I will talk to you about the Young Marines. The Young Marines is a nonprofit youth organization from ages 8 through 18 that teaches youth about leadership, discipline, and teamwork. The Young Marines is big on veterans appreciation, and Young Marines are taught to appreciate veterans for their service by doing various events and activities throughout the city. We also do various community service events to give back to the city for everything they've done for us. Last but not least, we are focused on drug demand reduction and living a healthy and drug-free lifestyle.
Hi, my name is Pablo Ramos, and today I want to talk to you about DDR. DDR stands for Drug Demand Reduction. And in the Young Marines, we do a lot of activities to aware of drugs. And we do a 5K marathon to honor Kiki Camarino. Thank you. Hello, thank you for having me here. My name is PFC Nicholas Arcuri, and today I'll be talking about Kiki Camarino. Kiki Camarino was a former Marine, and after some time, he decided to be a DEA, and he spent a couple of times, and he fought against drugs until now, which he died. And in order to honor him, we do Red Ribbon Week, which we do at 5K. Thank you for having me. Hello, my name is Private Pino, and I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about Red Ribbon Week. So we do Red Ribbon Week to support Kiki Camarena for his hard work and dedication in DEA as a special agent. And we send out little pledges in our school to our friends so they can sign it and support Red Ribbon Week for Kiki Camarena. And last but not least, stay clean, and don't do drugs. Thank you.
Very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
These young kids, they do so much. It's incredible. They do more, whatever, like cleaning a park or going to parade. We go to Washington, we are in the Memorial Day parade. They do much more than any other kid their age, and we're so proud of them.
We're very impressed and we're looking at 5 of our future leaders in America. So thank you so much. We have the proclamation that we'd like to present to you. So we'll go up to take a photo. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for. That's in our city council and in our audience and in our community. We're very, very appreciative of everything you do and striving to keep this community strong. Thank you so much for being here. Picture with the artist. Yes, let's go. Yeah, okay. Our next agenda item is to recognize our artist of the month, and she is here. Isabella Benitez. This month, we are very proud to have Isabella Benitez as our artist of the month, and her beautiful art is decorating City Hall for the entire month. If you haven't had a chance to see it yet, I encourage you to take a look on your way down. And those of you that are listening virtually, please stop by and come see the beautiful artwork. We're so appreciative of the artist of the month for every month in Miami Springs, because they beautify our City Hall and they give us a reason to stop by and enjoy the talent that we have in our community. So Isabella, are you here? Come on out. Encourage, when I think of it, I want to encourage anybody who is an artist, knows an artist, has young or old that is part of the Miami Springs community, they're a resident or even a business owner. We're always looking for new artists within our community to display their work at City Hall. So if you know somebody who might be interested, or you have work that, and it doesn't have to be paintings, it can be sculpture, it can be, Shannon can tell you, our public information officer, our wonderful public information officer, Shannon Jaser, can tell you all about it. Just reach out to her, okay? And we'll schedule a month for you to display your art in City Hall. Thank you.
Good, Chair.
Yes, sir.
Mayor, I'd be remiss if I didn't remind everyone, lots of folks know, some do not. Bruce W. Carter, the resident of Virginia Gardens, who died in action in Vietnam, Marine, and he's also a Medal of Honor recipient. And the Veterans Administration building downtown has his name.
Thank you, Councilman. And his mother and his sister have always participated in our Memorial Day and Veterans Day events. So we're very appreciative for his service for our country. Okay, so let's move to open forum. I have two people signed up to speak at open forum. Before I call you up, I just want to remind everyone how open forum is, it's a process for you to speak to us. It's one-way communication. We're all ears. You have our full attention of everyone on the council, the city manager, city attorney. So we do not respond. We listen. After the meeting, or days after the meeting, if you'd like to follow up on whatever you talked about, you're free to reach out to any of us or to our city manager, or assistant city manager, okay? So we're starting with Matthew Gonzalez.
Good
Welcome.
evening, everyone.
Good
So
evening.
thank you. My name is Matthew Gonzalez. I'm a Miami Springs resident and avid tennis player. I wanted you to have a face to the name. I sent an email to members of the council last week about the tennis courts. Me and a couple hundred tennis and pickleball players have signed online petitions showing our concern about the state of the tennis courts and the management of those courts. They've heard about a November town hall, and I want to say that I think that these meetings that are being put together by the proprietor are a little disingenuous. I think a lot of people think that it's the city putting together this particular town hall, and I don't think that they're really doing anything to dispel that particular notion. I don't think that it's up to the citizens to have to kind of negotiate their way through with the proprietor to get what it is that they want done over at the tennis courts, and frankly, give them a chance to right wrongs that have been going on for a very long time. So these folks, you know, I can't speak for everybody, but I know a good number of them. They're trying to figure out kind of the best way to get that information to you guys, trying to figure out, you know, how can they turn their concerns and their recommendations into action items. But I'm pretty sure that it's not at that town hall, because the folks there are really just looking to kind of bolster their claim currently on the tennis courts. So I think that everyone understands the current situation cannot continue beyond the end of this current proprietor's contract. So me and a select number of tennis and pickleball players, some of them are here with me tonight. Just want to let you know that we have recommendations, and feel free to reach out to us when the time comes.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you.
Okay, and next we have Frank Fernandez.
Councilmember Mayor. I just want to reiterate what he's saying. I mean, there's a lot of concerns there. Most people don't have the time to come here and speak to you, so they're relying on our voice to be their voice. And there's really a lot of simple things that can be fixed. I don't understand, again, why there's a town hall meeting. You know, Manny and the management, they know us very well. We've been playing Sunday, every Sunday for the last 30 years. He used to play among us before he was managing there, so I don't understand why there's this not willing to work together. I think some of the fixes are very simple. I would like to see a revival of the adult tennis program like we used to have before the management took over. There used to be a robust adult play from 6 to 10 o'clock at night. Adults had 4 hours after work. It was great. Everybody got to know each other. We had bonds. When the management came in, they provided the clinic for kids. It started with just one court, and eventually it was all 5 courts until 7 o'clock. And the residents would come at 7 o'clock, and we'll have a choice of 1 or 2 courts. After 7 o'clock, 2 courts, choice of 2 courts, and little by little it just died out. I mean, most of the people just didn't have time. There's only 2 hours. It was kind of not worth it, and we just started playing. Kids playing Sundays only. I just feel that's even being threatened now. And I mean, if anybody wants to talk to us, there's always a group of us every Sunday. It's the same group as the regulars. I mean, we know everybody. It's doing the all. Really, we're not asking for a lot. But it seems like the courts are being commercialized more for business than for the enjoyment of residents and doing a bond that we're able to build throughout the years, which I feel is being lost. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we move to agenda item 6A, approval of the regular meeting of October 9th. Motion to approve the minutes. Is there a second? Okay, any discussion? Call the vote, please.
Vice Mayor Bravo,
Yes.
Councilman Santeen,
Yes.
Councilman Behet.
Yes.
Councilman Vasquez.
Aye.
Mayor Mitchell.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. We move to agenda item 8, public hearings. And Heidi, I'll let you start.
Sure, Mayor, this 8A and 8B are related ordinances. These are ordinances on second reading. Item 8A is an ordinance of the city of Miami Springs, Florida, approving a small scale amendment to the city's comprehensive plan, changing the future land use map designation from religious institution to single family residential of a certain plus or minus 0.22 acre parcel of land located at the intersection of Esplanade Drive and Hibiscus Drive at hypothetical 425 Esplanade Drive. Folio number 05-3119-020-0015. Providing for authorization, providing for transmittal, and providing for an effective date. Mayor and council, this is the hearing that you heard at the last council meeting. Alex David, our city planner, is here in case you have any questions, but otherwise he'll reincorporate his presentation and remarks from the first hearing. And I know that the applicant's counsel is online on Zoom. I don't know if he wishes to speak, but I suspect that he is also reincorporating his remarks from the last meeting. So with that, if you'd like to open the public hearing, you may.
I don't have anyone signed up for the public hearing on this item, but if there is someone in the audience that would like to, I'll open up the public hearing. I want to make sure I give everyone a chance to speak. Is there anyone that wants to speak on this? Okay, we'll close the public hearing. And,
Future.
yes, sir.
Motion to approve items 8A and B.
I'll second that.
Hold
So are we doing A?
8A? Sorry.
We have to have a separate public hearing for 8B.
My bad.
Okay, for 8A, and I have a second. Yes. Is there any discussion? Call the vote, please.
Vice Mayor Bravo.
Yes.
Councilman Santeen,
Yes.
Councilman Behet.
Yes.
Councilman Vasquez.
Aye.
Mayor Mitchell.
Yes,
The motion carries.
thank you.
8B is an ordinance of the city of Miami Springs, Florida, approving a rezoning from P2 church use to R1B single family residential of a certain plus or minus 0.22 acre parcel of land located at the intersection of Esplanade Drive and Hibiscus Drive at hypothetical 425 Esplanade Drive. Folder number 05-3119-020-0015, providing for authorization and providing for an effective date. Also, this is like item 8A. The second reading on the application that you heard at the last council meeting. And once again, Mr. Dreeben, I'm sure is ready, willing, and able to reincorporate his presentation from the last meeting, as I'm sure that Mr. Vasquez, the applicant's counsel, who's on Zoom, is able to do.
Thank you. I'm opening the public hearing. I don't have anyone signed up to speak, but again, I want to make sure if there's someone that wants to speak on this item, we give them the opportunity. Is there anyone that wants to come up and speak on item 8B? Okay, I'm closing the public hearing. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve 8B.
Who seconded that? 8B. Any discussion? Call the vote, please.
Vice Mayor Bravo.
Yes.
Councilman Santeen,
Yes.
Councilman Behet.
Yes.
Councilman Vasquez.
Aye.
Mayor Mitchell.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Okay, we move to 8C.
This is
Thank
an
you,
ordinance
Mayor
of
and
the
council
City of Miami
members.
Springs, Florida, amending section 150-07.1, Miami Springs Gateway Overlay District within Article 7, Business District of Chapter 150 Zoning Code of the City's Code of Ordinances to amend the list of uses permitted on first floor levels along road rights of way, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, providing for codification, and providing for an effective date. Mayor and council, immediately preceding this meeting, we had a workshop at 5 p.m. where we discussed the ordinance. In your packets, in your agenda packets, you have the version of the ordinance that was presented on October 9th, as well as a version of the ordinance that has been updated between October 9th and this evening. I'll reincorporate for the sake of brevity my comments from the workshop, but I'm happy to answer any questions. Between the workshop's conclusion and this meeting, we were able to obtain some clarification and work with our city planner to clarify the square footage for medical or dental offices only. Those are the only ones that in this list carry the maximum floor area limit. And so the recommendation is to increase the maximum floor area from 2,000 square feet to 2,500 square feet. During the workshop, we talked about 2,300, but after further review, the recommendation is 2,500. So with that, if you would like to open the public hearing, and if someone needs assistance with making the motion to approve the ordinance, my recommendation would be to do a motion approving the alternative version of the ordinance, which is in your agenda packet, with the modification at line 91 to increase the 2,000 square feet.
Can I make a motion?
Yes, let me open up the public hearing first. Okay, I'm opening the public hearing. I have one person scheduled to speak, Frank Espinosa.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much. Frank Espinosa here. I want to thank each and every one of you for the hard work and a little bit of toughness as far as getting to the language and everything of that nature, but I think it's heading the city and the use and that whole area in the right direction. Thank you for clearing up the size as far as square footage. I just wanted to ask one question in that, is there anything about signage and is there any updated signage language or sign ordinance? We first read, there was a little bit of a flexible sign ordinance. I just want to make sure what is the doctors and the retail use is going to be. Is it going to be a one solid single color sign? Is it black?
This is
white?
just a public hearing, so we're just hearing
Okay,
your comments.
So I'm saying them out so you can all discuss it when you get to it. But from there on, thank you very much for the support. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Is there anyone else who wants to speak on this item on agenda item 8C? And if you're not signed up, I want to make sure to give everyone opportunity. It's a public hearing. Okay, we'll close the public hearing. And yes, sir.
Mayor, motion to approve the alternate version of the ordinance of 8C with the maximum floor area square footage limit increased for medical and dental offices to 2,500 square feet.
Second.
Go ahead. You're anxious.
All right, any discussion? Call the vote, please.
Vice Mayor Bravo,
Yes.
Councilman Santeen,
Yes.
Councilman Behet,
Yes.
Councilman Vasquez, Mayor Mitchell.
Yes,
The motion carries.
thank you. Okay, we move to agenda item 9, which is a consent agenda. Does anyone have, we have 9A through G items. Does anyone have any item they wish to pull for discussion? Is there a motion?
Motion to approve 9A, B, C, and D. I'm sorry, and E, F, G.
Okay. Is there a second? All right. Discussion? Any discussion? All right, call the vote, please.
Vice Mayor Bravo,
Yes.
Councilman Santeen,
Yes.
Councilman Behet,
Yes.
Councilman Vasquez, Mayor Mitchell.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
before you go on, I just wanted to mention that Mr. Gordon is here, so if you'd like to go back to the item that we.
Thank you so much, Tammy. We appreciate that. Okay, so Mr. Rob Gordon, this is under agenda 4A on awards and presentations. Mr. Rob Gordon is here regarding awarding the City of Miami Springs the STEM City of the Year Award.
Yes.
Welcome.
Hi, good evening. Rob Gordon here, Board, City Council. Thank you so much for the time. And more than anything, thank you so much for the hospitality that you provided to youth in this city. In particular, Bots for All, Robotics for All, which is a not-for-profit I founded here in 2013. When my daughter said, hey, I want to build a robot, and we didn't have anywhere to do it. And we went ahead and formed a little organization that went on to sponsor many competitions throughout South Florida and in the entire state, as a matter of fact. And the city of Miami Springs, in particular, one of the entire city, but in particular, the rec center, has been super great about helping us out, providing assistance. We typically will gather at 6 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning for our competitions, many of which we've held here. 6 a.m. in the morning, and we don't leave till 6 p.m. at night. And they've had staff there and people there to make sure that we're taken care of. So I'm very, very thankful for that. And as part of that, showing our thanks, we've got a little plaque here.
Mayor, can we call it Omar so that he can?
Yes, come on up, please. I didn't see you back there.
I'll read it as Omar comes up. So it says, Bots for All thanks the City of Miami Springs for their generosity in promoting excellence among our youth. 2022, 2023, but forever and always. Thank you so much, Omar. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And can you tell us a little bit about the competitions? When are they held? Is it yearly or is it?
Yeah, we have, so with COVID, we kind of have changed our focus a little bit, and quite frankly, so prior to COVID, we would have at least once a year a big competition. There's like 300, 400, 500 people at the rec center, from across the state and actually from other states as well. High schoolers, middle schoolers would all come in and get set up, and it's a really cool and organized group, and because they're all, focused on robotics more than anything else, so it's a great group to have. So we, in the past, our last one was 2019, we have started collaborating with other organizations to do even bigger ones. However, this past year we had one, it was focused on it was an organization out of New York that actually we partnered with to do a robotics competition. It's actually a racing competition with autonomous cars and things like that here at the rec center. We did that, I think, in April of this year. And we had about 200 people there. So it will vary. We'll make sure that it's in the newspaper so that everybody knows about them. But yeah, we love the city, and the city's been great to us. I'm a resident. So.
Oh, wonderful. Well, we're so glad to have this taking place in Miami Springs, and I think we'd all like to give it more attention.
I will be sure to bring things to your attention as they become
Whenever an
available.
event's coming up, so we can let our residents know and let people outside the community know so they can participate. That's wonderful. So thank you so much for being here. We'd like to take a photo with you.
Oh, okay.
And while you're getting up, Mr. Gordon is also part of the police pension board. So he's on one of our boards.
Thank you for serving on the police.
Very welcome. Very welcome. We'll see everybody retire well. Where do we do?
Right here.
Over here? Sorry to. Oh, okay. Okay. You know how to go. Omar, you want to, yeah. Here. Oh, I gotta get you a. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Our residents, I always say our residents are the best. The resources we have for our residents, like you for serving on the board and for this. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll visit you. To see you.
Okay, so let's see, we move to other business, agenda item 12. And we have a request. Tammy, JC, will you be handling this? Request for the cancellation.
Yeah, this is just a request to cancel the November 27th, which is right at Thanksgiving, and the December 26th council meetings.
Meeting, so we'll have one meeting in November and one in December, which is usually what we do.
That's correct.
Okay, is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
12A. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, call a vote, please. Any discussion? Call a vote, please.
Vice Mayor Bravo,
Yes.
Councilman Santeen,
Yes.
Councilman Behet,
Yes.
Councilman Vasquez,
Aye.
Mayor Mitchell.
Yes.
The motion carried.
Thank you. We move to 13 reports and recommendations from our esteemed city attorney.
Mayor, I think you had an update on other business.
Oh, yes, thank you. I'm looking at the old agenda. Yes, sorry, I do have under 12B, under the revised agenda. I wanted to, I feel this is really important, and I just want to get this information out to our residents, to our business owners, and make it clear, because there's a lot of confusion with these FDOT projects. There are 3 FDOT projects, 3 different FDOT projects, Florida Department of Transportation, that they are considering that will impact our city. One of them is, we'll start with the one that probably has the less impact just because it's a little further away, but it still will impact our city because of where it leads. One of them is the Northwest 67th Avenue project, and that is basically to, what FDOT wants to do is address the dramatic increase in the Miami airport cargo area that's going to be happening, that's scheduled to happen. And so they're looking at Northwest 67th Street Avenue, which services that area of changes to that to address the cargo. Basically, it comes down to that coming in and out of the airport. I feel that one of the ways that they're looking at it is to go to Northwest 36th Street, but that traffic can also be directed west on the 25th Avenue Viaduct to the Palmetto, and then south to the 836 Expressway instead of north on 36th Street. The other project number 2, is FDOT Northwest 36th Street improvements. And this is basically, it is a very large project that was put on hold. They presented it to us about 2 years ago. We raised a lot of concerns, and FDOT put it on hold and sought new consultants. They started from fresh with new consultants. The new consultants have been working with us. They're doing a very thorough job. It's still, the project really entails improving traffic flow from the Palmetto Expressway all the way to Biscayne Boulevard or I-95. So we are just one part of it, but Northwest 36th Street is our living room. It's a very important part to us. And yes, you can look at the big picture and, and say, it'd be nice to move traffic, freight faster through there, but we're talking about, something that will significantly impact us. So it's very, very important. And those 2 projects there's going to be a public workshop. FDOT is holding a public workshop on October 30th, 2 public workshops that day. One is virtual and one will be in person. We asked them to hold it here in Miami Springs in our aquatic center, so it's easier for residents to get to and for parking and all. So it'll be, I think it's 6 p.m. on
The
October
one in the
30th.
evening is at 6 p.m. and then the virtual one during the day starts at noon.
Okay, and the information is on our website and on our social media to attend the virtual one. They're the same workshops, both of them, the same information will be presented. But I want to make sure that residents don't feel like they already attended one before and, they're not doing a viaduct and that's it. The viaduct was just one small part of it. This is much more important, widening 36th Street, of increasing traffic and freight and all these considerations. So I want to, I don't want our residents and business owners to be caught off guard or to think that this is not something important. It's extremely important to our future, and please attend and keep abreast of this and voice your concerns. Your input is very important. We did do the FDOT team, who has been very, very accessible and reachable. They asked us to do a walkthrough on 36th Street. And we did with the public works staff and our city manager staff and our police, looking at issues along 36th Street. Obviously, 36th Street needs to be beautified, and what we need on our end is not just beautification, but to make it pedestrian safety. If you watch people walking on there now, they're walking, one behind the other to go to McDonald's because there's no sidewalk there. So any work that needs to be done there on our end needs to be to make it beautiful, to beautify Northwest 36th Street and make it much more accessible and a desirable area for us. Anything that, the airport has their own side on the south side of 36th Street, that there's plenty of space over there, as far as I'm concerned, for movement of traffic if it needs to be on the airport property. So again, I just want to make sure residents, don't think that that we've already addressed this just because we're not getting a viaduct on 36th Street. That was just one possibility. These other possibilities are very real. And then third project, which will be coming later, it's a different FDOT team. That's why it's not, to my understanding, it's not gonna be discussed on October 30th, is what's called the Iron Triangle. And the Iron Triangle is an FDOT project with a different team that what they seek to do is, right now, if they're coming westbound on the 112 Expressway from downtown at 112 Expressway, the exit on 36th Street is just east of Lejeune. You get off right before you hit Miami Springs, basically, right? What they would like to do is extend that exit ramp down 36th Street, westbound on 36th Street up to like in front of the EB Hotel and in there. So you can see that we'd have all of a sudden, overpass clouding our corner there. It's extremely important. This is something that I can't see in any way how that could benefit Miami Springs, and I can see a lot of ways that it would be very detrimental to us. So that project, which is called the Iron Triangle, I don't know why, it involves the corner of Northwest Lejeune and Northwest 36th Street. And we do have a Zoom meeting with FDOT, the city
November
manager,
1st.
November 1st. That's a Zoom meeting with our planners and engineers we've been asking for updates on that, and they wanted to have, FDOT wanted to have this Zoom meeting first and then later come speak to the council. So again, it's 3 FDOT projects. Please, keep them in mind. I'm asking our residents and our business owners to be very aware of this, attentive to it, and to participate in these. These are pretty big changes, potentially pretty big changes to our community. So that's it. Just wanted to give it that attention. We'll move to reports and recommendations from our city attorney.
None this evening, Mayor. You want to go?
I'm just gonna kind of remind the public that this was, the mayor was talking about,
Yes.
that it's not like old politics in the Springs where the vocal minority things got moved along. The reality is, in this particular case, the more voices, the numbers are the only thing that are gonna move things for these guys to do something. If not, it will not. We will not be able by ourselves to be able to pull it off. As much as, you want to give us some credit, I wouldn't mind taking it, but I can't. It's gonna need the public input, a lot of them. These guys have their ways, and they're gonna do their best to do what they wanna do. And unfortunately, we do have to be super vocal about it, so get involved.
Thank you, Councilman. And I want to, I want to make it clear, FDOT, their responsibility is exactly what they're doing, is to look at the big picture. They're doing their responsibility of looking at the big picture of how traffic patterns move throughout the county, right? But when it comes to the Miami Springs area, we're the ones that are going to be impacted by any changes of looking at the big picture. And we've got to be very, very diligent, like the councilman said, of protecting what's rightfully ours and making sure that which is what happened years ago when FDOT shortened the sidewalk dramatically and added an extra lane. And yes, that improved traffic flow on 36th Street, all along 36th Street, but look at the results that we got. Very, very detrimental to our businesses and to our sense of community in Miami Springs.
Chair,
Yes, sir.
if you've ever been on 112, getting off that light right before the June, that's pretty congested. Imagine a road going over the June Road and coming down near EB Hotel, what kind of mess we're gonna have.
And nothing good happens under overpasses, as far as I'm concerned, so. Okay. So with that said, please attend the October 30th FDOT meetings and understand that there's 3 projects. I feel like after the last meeting, everyone cited had a sense of relief that they're not building the viaduct, and that was just one of several proposals that they had. So that really wasn't even for discussion at that meeting. I know it gets kind of confusing, but it's important that we keep all 3 projects straight and understand their purpose. Okay, so with that, let's go to city attorney.
No report this evening, Mayor.
Okay, our city manager.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. I just have a few items. Councilman Vasquez asked me earlier to reiterate my comments from the previous meeting regarding the town center. I know there's some concern. We've heard some concerns about their project that they had built certain features into their project, into their indicated they would. They're still under construction. They're not done yet. They're aware of this issue, and I believe they will get everything done. And if there's something that they can't build, it'll certainly come before you guys to change, accept, or whatever you guys want to do with that. So they're not done. I don't want anybody to panic or freak out. Also, you guys received an email regarding the town center contract. I do want to point out that contract is coming up to a close. Staff and I have already talked about getting a new RFP ready with more favorable terms and conditions for the town, for the city. It's based on my experience, it's what I've seen here, a little unusual. So, I mean, and I understand this is from many years ago, maybe it worked many years ago when it started, but I think it could be a little better, and we're working on that. So staff, meeting today, to start discussing the RFP process there. I want to let the council know that we do have a tentative agreement with the FOP. That will be going to their unit for voting. They're going to vote on it. If they approve it, it'll come to you guys for the final approval. We're working on our appropriation requests that we're going to be sending up to Tallahassee. The due date there is the day right after our November council meeting. So we're working on it now. We're going to prepare it. I'm going to speak to each of you individually. I'm going to share with you guys what we're working on. Projects that you probably already heard of before. And some ideas that Senator Avila has given us. He's a resident. So I'll be sharing that with you. The idea is to put it on the November council meeting for approval by you guys, but the legwork would already be done. Let's see here. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, and
Tammy?
The farmer's market already began. It's every Saturday from now until March 9th. It's located in the median of the first block of Furnace Parkway from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mayor has a Let's Chat session that is going to be held on October 28th from 9:30 to 11 o'clock on Furnace Parkway near the Cavalier Clock. We have the Hollow Springs October 28th Circle Park event from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. You need to purchase wristbands for that event at the Miami Springs Community Center. For residents, it's $8. Non-residents, it's $20. And then, of course, the FDOT meeting that Mayor had talked about, which is on October 30th, from 12 to 2 is the virtual meeting. And then in that evening at the Aquatic Center is the in-person meeting. And it's going to be held at the multi-purpose room at the Aquatic Center on October 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. And then last is the first annual Cornhole Tournament, November 3rd at Prince Field. It's $20 to register for teams, and you can reach out to the rec department for more information. That's it.
Thank you, Tammy. Okay, Vice Mayor?
Nothing to report. I'm just glad that we were able to put the gateway forward and put it to rest for a little bit. It's definitely a step forward in progress to really neutralize and standardize all those areas that we need to work on. But I do understand that, you know, temporary changes need to be made to move forward. I think we had a very productive meeting, a very quick one. There was one thing I was gonna mention, I think I forgot. Oh, it's fine, that's not important. Just continued prayers for Israel and everybody that is going through that horrendous experience. I wake up every day and it's like a guilty pleasure. And I know that we can't bear the weight of the world, but when you care, you kind of think about it And, it's really sad. And also my condolences to William and his family on the passing of his dad. I'm wishing them all just, continued faith and may his dad rest in peace. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Councilwoman, Vice Mayor, Councilman Santeen.
I also want to thank my colleagues here. It is, it's teamwork. And it was shown. I appreciate it. The other thing I want to bring up, reminder, December 16th, the Rotary Club is having their golf tournament, which will be basically opening the golf course with our $3.8 million of new greens and other improvements. So keep that in your scope of scheduled events. And that night, we're also going to do, and we're working that, and our city manager and civic groups are getting together to organize a celebration of the 100 years of our golf course. On that same date of the night at 7:30, you'll be hearing more stuff through the social media and other avenues to get the word out, but just kind of put it in your schedule because I know these months are really busy for everybody. So December 16th, Rotary Club golf tournament in the morning, and then at 7:30, a little get together to celebrate the 100 years of the golf course.
Thank you, Councilman. Okay, Councilman Behet.
Just to echo some of the same sentiments, I'm glad that we were able to get something done to open things up a little bit and move forward with the overlay district. There's more work to be done. Look forward to doing it.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Vasquez.
Yeah, a couple of things. First of all, I report that yesterday when my wife and my son and I went to mass at the Blessed Trinity, we ran into former Councilman Bob Best and his lovely wife Claire. So he is up and about. Still has to wear that neck brace, but he's moving right along. On that note, I wanted to mention Mr. Tammy earlier and Erica as well. The War Memorial Committee wants to hold a groundbreaking the day of our Veterans Day event on November 11th, and something short, but to have the be out there with the shovels and get ready to move on that. I understand that both the designer and others have met with the city a couple of times, so moving along in terms of that process. And so we certainly want to invite all of the city council, the mayor and Senator Avila and Representative Rizzo and others to come out. And just a little bit of an extension to the Veterans Day Memorial event. Nothing extra there except just a part of, shovels and some pictures. It's a Saturday too, which is nice. Also condolences, there are two teachers in Miami Springs Senior High School. Ms. Sieg I know her a long time. She's a drama teacher. She was my daughter's drama teacher, my son's drama teacher, and the sister who teaches English, I believe. Just found out this week, and my son told me that their mom passed away. So condolences to them and as well as to our city manager, William Alonso. So I think that's it for me. Thank you.
Councilman. The only thing I wanted to mention, well, thank you all for the meeting, like always. We'll work hard trying to make sure that we look at the issues from all perspectives and then reaching something that we think is always in the best interest, in the long-term best interest of our city. Later this week, the city manager and I and our police chief are holding a meeting for all the hotels. We've invited all the hotel managers, owners and managers to attend so that we can, let them get to know each other. And what we'd like to do is build a group that wants to work on improving our image, our hotel images in Miami Springs. And we're going to have the soccer stadium here in a few years. We're the best city, best located city, nicest city, and everything for to accommodate the new soccer stadium. So we're going to be working with them, and we'll keep you posted on building, I hopefully will have interest with this group. We've invited them all to attend and, we're gonna talk about safety, about images, about ways that we can, move forward the future. To improve their images and that of our city as a really great place to stay and visit. So with that said, have a wonderful evening and thank you all. This meeting's adjourned. Thank you, Reader.